Okay, since now we know how to create scenario, then you can create more according to your needs. But now I want to show you a very important thing, because we are using this in a hotel project. So let's imagine a scenario when the guest make check-in in the reception desk. Then he have to go to the room and swipe the card, open the door, and put the card in the card holder. After this, then it will turn on the lights, turn on AC and open curtain, and so on. So we have to create a scenario which is called, normally we call it welcome scenario. So this scenario is used when the clients to plug the card in the card holder and then trigger a scenario. And also another scenario, we call it goodbye scenario. It is used when the guest take out the card from the card holder and then it will turn off the things in the room. So now let us create two scenarios. We call it welcome and goodbye. Okay. Welcome and goodbye. Okay, so normally welcome scenario is to turn on the devices in the room. So you can add the targets according to the real needs. Now let's make an easy one for welcome scenario to turn on all lights, turn on AC and the curtain in the room. Okay, we just need to select them and click sure to add, and add AC on, and okay, 25-degree fan speed low. Okay, curtain open, and the fan open. And for the doorbell, because outside the room it will have a doorbell panel to show the service, room number, and so on. So you can decide when the clients block the card, which indicator to be light up. So normally we just need to turn on the room number indicator and the doorbell indicator. But it depends on you. And here we also have an option called dry contact setting. Then if you have some third-party device, for example, third-party dry contact panel and a third-party sensor connected to the dry contact, and you don't want it to be able to work, you want to disable it or shield this dry contacts channel. So you can add it, then it will disable it. For example, if a PIR sensor is connected to dry contact number 5, and you don't want it to be able to work after the, just an example, you don't want it to work when the welcome scene is triggered, then you can just add, for example, add channel number 5, just an example, which is connected to the dry contact setting, then you can add. And for this external target setting is, as I mentioned, if you have for example, you have a relay module, dimming module, curtain module, which is not from RCU, from the RCU channel, from external, then you can add the target here if you want to trigger them as well. Then you can click here, add, to select add them. Or you can just add custom. This one is enable you to manually enter subnet ID, device ID, and select the channel. So you no need to select in here. So it depends on you. And the floor heating, fresh air, if you want to control them, you can just select here. So we finished the making of a welcome scenario. And then don't forget to click save. After this, let us create the goodbye scene. Goodbye scene, so let's make it much easier. to turn off everything. Okay. You can select all of them, press Ctrl and Shift the button to change them together. Okay, 0 is to turn off them, and add AC, for example, I just want to turn off them, and the curtain, close, and the fan also close. This is just an example. You can make it open, close, on and off according to your real needs. And for the doorbell indicator, for example, I just want the light up the room number indicator. And then I don't want to share anything, and I don't have extra target from another module and the floor heating and fresh air. Then just click Save. Okay, so that's how to make welcome scene and goodbye scene. And we can click the test button here to test if it can work properly. Okay, click test button to test, and goodbye button to test if it can work properly. Okay, since it can work properly, then let's go to here. We have a room special scene. Let's see what is this. You can see we have vacant, no card, and a vacant, guest card, and the reserved, register, manager card, waiter card. This is used when you have to use card to turn on and turn on the power in the room. So this is the card type smart hotel. Then you have to do this. For example, if you have an out of service card, then you can bind a scene. You have to create different scene. But normally, because we want to make it easy, so we just have a no card, then goodbye scene. And then guess a card when we open the door, plug the card in the card holder. And if you want to different card type, for example, manager card or waiter card, and they can trigger different scenario, then you have to enable it and create different scenario in here and then match them together. But today we just want to make a simple example, so I just have the two scenario. One welcome scene is when the guest enter the room, put the card in the card holder, and another one is when the guest leave the room and take out the card from the card holder. So just have two card type in here, and later I will show you how to issue the card for all of them. Okay, so but now we have to make the scenario and match them. After this, please go to Advanced. Click Save. Before we go, we don't forget to click Save and go to Advanced. You can see in here we have, because RCU Lite is a new room control unit of our company, and it has a built-in timer clock, so it can get the time from your PC and broadcast the time to the whole bus. Then we can go to room status logic here. We can see when the room is occupied logic, then we can match when we returning in the day. We can create the welcome scene. So when during the day, during the night and evening, we can match them with different welcome scene. And then you can create different welcome scene in the same page. But today I just want a simple one. So I go to Advanced, and in here I can just make all of them. So match just a welcome scene. But if you want it to be different, for example, when during the day you want a welcome scene day and welcome scene 1, and just turn on some lights because it's not during the night, the sunlight is very good, so you can create different welcome scene in here. But today I just want it to be easy, so I just create one welcome scene and match them. And you may ask me, why returning the day? We can match 4 scenarios. Why we have to make it to 4 scenarios? Actually, it is, you can like match them with 4 different scenarios. For example, welcome scene 1, welcome scene 2, welcome scene 3, welcome scene 4, and they just turn on different lights and then make it like a sequence. So for example, welcome scene 1, just turn on light 1. Welcome scene 2, turn on light 2. This one light 3, and welcome scene 4, lights 4. And you can make some delay to make it light up one by one, so it will be much more interesting if you want the hotel to be very interesting, the lights, because normally we just pop and then turn on all the lights. If you want it to be more interesting, you can create different scenario, because it can create a lot of, we can create 50 scenario. So you can create a lot of things in here and make it much more interesting. But if you just you want it to be simple, then you can just create different welcome scene during the day, during the night, and during evening. Okay, so that's why we have a lot of different scenario in here. After this is for welcome scenario, but we can have another situation is, for example, when I welcome scene in here during the day, I check in the room, and that triggered the welcome scene for me. And while I am stay in the room, I may turn on and turn off some lights manually, and I want when I come back it to restore to the last status, so it will not trigger the same welcome scene, just restore to the last status. Then how can I do that? Then we can just not select this one. If we just don't select this, because this option is called day shield restore setting. Shield restore settings means you don't want it to restore to last status. But so if I don't want this light to restore to last status, I can click here to enable it. So means the floodlight, if I just turn on turn on it manually and leave the room, and when I come back, it will restore to the off status, last status. But if I want it to restore to last status, then I just disable it, so it will not shield. And we have different night shield restore setting and day shield restore setting. This one is just used when you want the light to, it depends on if you want the light, the device to restore to last status, so you can make it here. Okay, so you can see choose channel that not need to restore. Yes. Okay, after this we have to select the match the goodbye scenario. Only this one is used for goodbye scenario if you are used the card type. Card type means you have to plug the card to get the power. So you have to match the goodbye scenario here. If you use no card solution, means no need to card. You open the door and can turn on the lights. cardless power activation hotel, then you have to match the goodbye scenario in here. But now we just use the card type, so we use match the goodbye scenario in here, and then click save. Okay, after this, we have to go to extended setting. Here we have to select with card because we need the with card to activate the power, so we have to select with card. And the card reader, if you have a card reader panel, then you have to select card reader and enter the subnet ID and device ID of the card reader. But in our checking box, we are use dry contact and dry contact number 1 to be the, because our card reader is connected to dry contact number 1, so that's why I select with card and then select dry contact number 1 here and then click save. And then go to dry contact page and make the remark. Okay, so we can make it to make a remark later. Then you come back to make change. It will remind you which is which, and then click save. Okay, no need to add any targets. We just need to enable it to be the card holder, card reader, dry contact number 1, and then click save. Okay, and I want to emphasize something here. If you are use our card reader and which is dry contact type, then you have to pay attention which dry contact channel you connect to. In our demo case, I select dry contact number 1 is because the card reader is connected to dry contact channel number 1. If you connect to dry contact channel number 3, then you must select number 3 here. And don't forget to make the remark. And I also want to tell you, if you are use dry contact type card reader, then this doesn't have the identity. Means when you put the card in the card holder as this is dry contact type, so it cannot recognize if this is manager card, housekeeper card, because this dry contact type can just connect and disconnect to send signal to get power or just make power outage. So if you are use dry contact 1, then just have this function. And in my demo cases, because it's just a dry contact 1, so now I will plug the card in the card holder to let you know when I plug the card, then can trigger the welcome scene, since we have matched the scenario in here and also in here. So now I will show you, and later I will talk again about if we are use our Bus Pro. If we are use our Bus Pro card reader, then if I enter subnet ID and device ID in here, what will happen? Okay, so now let me show you. I will plug the card. Okay, now I will plug the card in the card holder, which is connected to our dry contact number 1. And when I plug the card, the welcome scenario we made will be triggered. Can see? So imagine the guest open the door and plug the card in the card holder. Now I want to leave the room, so I will take out the card. Because I didn't set any delay, so it will trigger the goodbye scenario. Okay.